Most people spend their entire lives searching for wealth in the wrong places. What if I told you that true abundance is not in your bank account, not in your job, not anywhere outside of you, but rather within your own consciousness? Have you ever stopped to think why some people attract money effortlessly while others constantly struggle with scarcity, even when they have knowledge and skills? In this video, you'll discover Deepak Chopra's revolutionary teachings about how wealth is, in fact, a state of consciousness. I'll share with you the 4 fundamental pillars that can transform your relationship with money and abundance, along with a practical exercise you can do right now to start vibrating at the frequency of prosperity. Let me share a story that profoundly changed how I view the concept of money and the true essence of abundance. A few years ago, during a visit to a hospital, I had the opportunity to meet a woman who worked as a cleaner. She earned a minimum wage, faced long working hours, and dealt with the physical and emotional demands of her job. Yet, there was something absolutely captivating about her that caught my attention from the first moment: a special light in her eyes, a serenity that seemed to transcend her circumstances. It was as if she carried an inner peace that radiated a sense of fullness and abundance, something I had rarely seen in others. Curious to understand what made her so unique, I started talking to her. During our conversation, I learned that she not only supported her own family, consisting of children and grandchildren, with her modest salary, but also found ways to regularly help others in her community. She contributed small donations to neighbors in need, provided food for families going through tough times, and even organized community gatherings to strengthen the bonds among those around her. What struck me most, however, was her perspective on life. When I asked how she managed to do so much with so little, she replied with a calm smile, "I am rich because I have everything I need and can still share with others." Her words echoed in me like a revelation. She didn't see herself as lacking, but as someone living in abundance. Despite her seemingly limited financial situation, this woman, with her simplicity and wisdom, seemed to embody what Deepak Chopra, the renowned Indian doctor and pioneer of integrative medicine, calls the consciousness of abundance. According to Chopra, true wealth is not measured by the number of material possessions we own, but by an inner state of being, a mindset that allows us to recognize the abundance already present in our lives, regardless of external circumstances. This cleaner had intuitively understood that genuine wealth lies not in accumulating possessions but in gratitude for what we have, trust that what is needed will always be available, and the generosity to share with others. On the other hand, around the same time I met this woman, I had the chance to meet a successful businessman whose reality was completely opposite. He had built a financial empire, earning millions of reais per year, with a life full of luxuries that many would dream of: mansions, imported cars, international trips. However, as I spoke with him, I noticed he lived in constant restlessness. He was always anxious, worried about the possibility of losing what he had achieved, obsessed with accumulating even more wealth. For him, it never seemed to be enough. He lived in a state of mental scarcity, where the fear of not having enough dominated his thoughts and decisions. Despite all his material wealth, he seemed to live in a kind of poverty of consciousness, trapped in a mindset that prevented him from enjoying what he already had. The contrast between these two figures, the serene cleaner and the anxious businessman, etched in my mind and led me to seek deeper answers about what it truly means to be rich. That's when I began studying Deepak Chopra's teachings more closely. Chopra, known for his holistic approach combining science, spirituality, and well-being, teaches that true wealth is above all a state of consciousness. He argues that when we cultivate an abundance mindset based on gratitude, trust in the flow of life, and generosity, we create the internal conditions that attract favorable external circumstances. In other words, it's not the possession of material goods that makes us rich, but the way we perceive and interact with the world around us. When we change our consciousness, we change our reality. This idea that wealth begins within us was a game changer for me. The hospital cleaner, with her simplicity and generosity, was a living example of this philosophy. She didn't wait to have more money to feel abundant. She was already living that abundance in her heart and actions. On the other hand, the businessman, despite his material achievements, was trapped in a scarcity mindset that prevented him from finding true peace or satisfaction. These experiences made me reflect on my own beliefs about money and abundance, and I began to question how I could cultivate an abundance consciousness in my own life. Pillar 1. Wealth is energy. Deepak Chopra teaches us that everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies, and money is no exception. Money is simply a form of energy, an energy of exchange, value, and service. When you understand this, you realize that attracting money is about vibrating at the right frequency. Think of it this way: if you're constantly worried about bills, focused on lack, or complaining about money, you're vibrating at the frequency of scarcity, and the universe, which acts as a great mirror, reflects that frequency back to you. More scarcity. The frequency of abundance is different. It's an energy of gratitude, trust, and flow. It's knowing that you are part of an infinite, abundant universe. When you vibrate at this frequency, you're not trying to attract money or naturally becoming a magnet for prosperity. Chopra explains that energy follows attention. Wherever you place your attention, your energy flows. If you're constantly focused on lack, difficulty, or I don't have, your energy creates more of those experiences. But when you direct your attention to the abundance already present in your life, your health, relationships, skills, the nature around you begin to vibrate abundance. Pillar 2. Intention plus detachment. This is perhaps Chopra's most revolutionary concept about manifesting wealth. He teaches that we need to have a clear intention about what we want, but, at the same time, detach from the outcome. It seems contradictory, but it's precisely in this paradox that the magic lies. A clear intention is like programming an internal GPS. You define exactly where you want to go. I want to earn X per month doing what I love. I want financial freedom to travel and help others. I want to create a business that generates value for the world. Be specific, be clear. Feel the intention with your entire being. But here's the crucial part. After setting the intention, you need to let go of the how and when. Detachment isn't giving up, it's trusting. It's knowing that the universe has infinite resources and pathways that your conscious mind can't even imagine. When you cling too tightly to the outcome, you create tension and anxiety, and this contracted energy pushes opportunities away. Here's a practical example. Imagine planting a seed. You have a clear intention for it to become a tree, but if you keep digging up the seed every day to check if it's growing, you'll kill it. Detachment is trusting the natural process, watering when necessary, but letting nature do its work. The same applies to money. Set your intention, take inspired actions as they arise, but don't obsess or force things. Trust that the universe is orchestrating the perfect synchronicities for you. Pillar 3. Silence and meditation to activate abundance. Chopra is emphatic. Silence is the source of all creation. In the silence of meditation, you connect with what he calls the field of infinite possibilities, the place where all opportunities, ideas, and synchronicities are born. Most people live in a reactive mode, always rushing, always doing, always thinking. But true abundance comes from being, not doing. When you pause, when you enter silence, you align with the creative intelligence of the universe. In meditation, you transcend the ego, that part of the mind that lives in fear, scarcity, and separation. You connect with your essential self, which is naturally abundant. In this state, solutions appear, opportunities manifest, and the right people come into your life. Chopra recommends at least 20 minutes of meditation in the morning and 20 minutes at night. It doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as sitting in silence, observing your breath, and allowing your mind to quiet. In this space of stillness, you're literally reprogramming your consciousness to receive abundance. It's important to understand that meditation isn't escapism, it's the opposite. It's connecting so deeply with your essence that you return to the world with more clarity, creativity, and magnetism. The best ideas, the best insights about how to increase your income, serve better, or create value, all of these are born in silence. Pillar 4. Serve the world. Here's the golden key to Chopra's teachings. Wealth flows naturally to those who consciously create value for the world. It's not about working harder, but working with more purpose, love, and consciousness. Chopra teaches that the universe operates through exchanges. When you offer something valuable, whether it's a product, a service, a skill, or a loving presence, you're creating value. And the universe always returns value with value. But here's the secret. It has to come from the heart, not just a calculating mind. Ask yourself, how can I serve? How can I use my unique talents to make a difference in people's lives? How can I solve a problem, ease a pain, bring more joy, beauty, or functionality to the world? When you find that answer and act from it, you're no longer trying to make money. You're being a channel for abundance. Money comes naturally as a result of being aligned with your purpose. This doesn't mean you need to save the world. In a grand way, it could be making the best bread in town, teaching children with love, or creating apps that make people's lives easier. The scale doesn't matter. What matters is the consciousness, the love, the genuine intention to serve. Chopra explains that when you work from purpose, you enter what he calls the cosmic flow. Everything flows more easily. Opportunities appear, the right people show up, and resources manifest. It's as if the universe conspires in favor of those who serve consciously. Now, I'll guide you through a transformative exercise that combines conscious breathing, creative visualization, and mental programming to align your consciousness with the energy of abundance. This is a powerful process you can do right now, or whenever you feel the need to reconnect with prosperity in your life. It's designed to help you release emotional blocks, cultivate gratitude, and open space for manifesting a more prosperous reality. To begin, find a quiet and comfortable place where you can focus without interruptions. It could be an armchair in your living room, a quiet corner in your bedroom, or even an outdoor space where you feel at peace. Sit with your spine straight but relaxed. or lie down if you prefer, as long as you feel comfortable. Gently close your eyes and allow your body to start relaxing. Let's begin. Part 1. Releasing scarcity. Start by breathing deeply through your nose, filling your lungs with fresh, pure air. Hold for a moment and, as you exhale slowly through your mouth, feel your shoulders relax. Repeat this deep breathing 3 times, with full awareness. With each exhale, visualize all your financial worries, the anxiety about money, the weight of bills, the fear of not having enough being released from your body. Imagine these tensions as dark, heavy smoke dissipating into the air. With each exhale, as you breathe out, feel the relief of letting go of these limiting energies. As you inhale, imagine bringing peace and serenity into yourself. Exhale tension, inhale.com. Allow each breath to free you a little more from any sense of scarcity. Part 2. Connecting with abundance. Now that your mind and body are calmer, bring your attention to the present moment. Start reflecting on everything you can be grateful for right now. Think about your health, even if it's not perfect, but which allows you to be here, alive and aware. Remember the people you love, friends, family, or even those who cross your path and bring light to your life. Consider the small things that often go unnoticed. The food you have, your ability to learn and grow, the beauty of a new day. Feel the abundance already present in your life, even in the simplest things. As you reflect on these blessings, allow a sense of gratitude to grow in your chest. Visualize this gratitude as a warm, bright light expanding, filling your entire being with a sense of fullness and contentment. Part 3. Visualizing your intention. With your mind now anchored in gratitude, start visualizing the life you want to live, a life aligned with the abundance you dream of. Imagine yourself receiving money fluidly and naturally, like a river flowing smoothly toward you. See yourself engaged in activities you love, working on something that gives meaning to your life, contributing to the world in a way that reflects your deepest values. Don't worry about the logistical details of how this will happen. The goal here is to connect with the emotion of this reality. Feel the joy of living fully, the peace of knowing everything is flowing harmoniously, the gratitude for being aligned with your purpose. Allow these emotions, joy, peace, confidence to take over, as if this life of abundance were already your reality now. Part 4. Programming your consciousness. Now, with this sense of abundance vibrating within you, begin repeating a series of powerful affirmations mentally. Say to yourself, with conviction, I am an abundant being. I vibrate prosperity. I attract opportunities. I serve the world with love and receive abundance in return. I trust in the perfect process of the universe. As you repeat these words, don't treat them merely as thoughts, but as profound truths, rooting themselves in your mind and body. Visualize these affirmations as seeds being planted in every cell of your being, creating a new mental programming that aligns you with the energy of prosperity. Feel the strength of these words as they echo in your consciousness, reinforcing your confidence in your ability to attract abundance. Part 5. Letting go. To finish, take one more deep breath, filling your lungs with pure air and exhaling slowly. As you do this, imagine handing over your intention for prosperity to the universe. Visualize yourself placing this desire in the hands of an infinite intelligence, a wise and loving force that knows exactly how and when to manifest what you need. Release any need to control the outcomes or predict how things will happen. Trust fully in the process of life, knowing that everything is aligning for your highest good. Feel the lightness that comes with this detachment, the freedom of trusting in the natural flow of the universe. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes, carrying with you the sense of peace and confidence you cultivated during this exercise. You can return to this state of calm and abundance whenever you wish. To integrate this practice into your life, do this exercise daily, preferably in the morning when your mind is most receptive. Each time you do this process, your consciousness, aligning yourself with the energy of prosperity. Remember that the goal isn't to force results or try to control the future, but to become the person who naturally attracts abundance. Living with confidence, gratitude, and generosity. Most people spend their entire lives searching for wealth in the wrong places. Now you understand that these words carry a much deeper meaning. Wealth isn't somewhere out there waiting for you. Wealth is a state of consciousness that you cultivate, live, and radiate. When you change your consciousness, you change your reality. Deepak Chopra teaches us that we are conscious co-creators of our experience. This means you have the power to choose to vibrate abundance starting now. No matter your current situation, your bank account, your job, your external circumstances, what matters is the consciousness you choose to embody from this moment forward. Remember the 4 pillars. Recognize that wealth is energy and you can vibrate at the frequency of abundance. Have a clear intention, but practice detachment. Connect daily with silence through meditation, and serve the world with your unique gifts. When you live these principles, you're not trying to attract abundance. The transformation begins now. Your new consciousness of prosperity starts at this very moment. Are you ready to live as the abundant being you truly are? If this video touched your heart and opened your mind to a new way of seeing wealth, show it by liking this video. This helps more people discover these transformative teachings. And in the comments write, "I choose to vibrate abundance." When you write this, you're making a public declaration of your new consciousness. You're committing to your transformation. If you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time a new video on spiritual growth and abundance is posted. We're building a community of people who understand that true wealth comes from within. Remember, you are not a victim of external circumstances. You are the conscious creator of your experience. Choose to vibrate abundance. Choose to live from a consciousness of prosperity. Choose to be the wealth you want to see in the world. Until the next video, and may abundance flow naturally in your life.